The Bible says that God's love in his heart is going to be written on our hearts and not written on stone, right? That was in Ezekiel and Jeremiah. And it's attesting to what has already happened, what has already transpired since the writing of the Old Testament and the New Testament. That humanity was at a point in time to receive the revelation that God was working and among us, that we didn't have to go through a temple system or a priesthood system to get connected to God, that God was already here with us. That is heaven on earth. And that this understanding of human consciousness was coming to a place that by the time of Jesus going to the cross, that God had set an example in place so that now as the story was going to spread and be known and shared throughout the whole world, that they too would come to that consciousness wherever they were, that yes, God is now with us. He's not separated from us or far from us. This was the whole point of the Bible. But yet, even today, 2,000 years later, after the work of the cross of Jesus, we are still reading ourselves into the text as if something still needs to be repeated, something still needs to be done when we know that the Bible has fully been fulfilled. And when we understand this and come to those understandings through preterism, through understanding audience relevance, through these exegetical tools of better understanding the Bible, then we begin to ask very different questions of, okay, if that is the reality, and it is, then how am I supposed to live today? And my goodness, the doors spring wide open because you are now sovereign. And you can make those decisions knowing that you're doing it with God, not apart from him. And that you're doing life, making decisions and choices through that lens. And that no longer do we have to be living under the stipulation of a suzerain vassal treaty, under the stipulation of a covenant system, under the stipulation of some religious system, any kind of religious system, but that now I can now have this free relationship with God and me, and we are here together doing life. And that God is pleased. God is looking at you and me and saying, I am pleased with you. And we're just doing life with him, because how can we do life without him? He is right here. We can't, we're not separated. We never were. We're not away from him. So of course he's going to be a part of our lives. Of course, we're going to invite him into all the decisions and everything that we do. So this is the new paradigm. This is the new age, the new era of human consciousness. And more people are understanding this, whether they're Christians or not, religious or not. They're beginning to understand this. And we're coming to that place where, yes, we can attest God has written his name on our hearts. It is already in us. It's not something that we have to have, proof outside of us, but that's in us. But if we do need it, we do have the biblical text to attest to these things. That's why the Bible is there. That's why the Bible is special, because it is testifying to the reality of God and God existing and interacting with humanity all this time, and that he continues to do so in this time frame and forever and forever and forever moving forward.